Hi! This video is about the process behind our project Reality Crossing, an augmented reality art installation.
I am cutting vinyl for the geofence show, the Reality Crossing component, and I'm using the Cricut now, so you can't see it, but there's a bunch of different. This is the this is the most labor-intensive form of vinyl, I guess, or other than cutting it yourself, but all separated into all these different parts because it allows us to be flexible when we're basically making a bunch of stickers to stick on the wall, and it allows us to be a bit more flexible when we are creating it here and then putting it on in Toronto. So this is a bunch of trees that will be yellow. I've got green trees. Their trunks are separate color and are going to have to be applied, but we've got someone to help us. And then I've also got a river here that's going to be cut into green. So I'm going to switch out the colors. That's something new.
Our little robot cut out the vinyl that will be installed on the gallery walls. Our friend Hillary weeded the vinyl, separating it into stickers. Meanwhile, we had some footage to shoot for a video component of our artwork. You can't really see them, but all these lines.
Yeah.
See all
I
the
see
lines
them.
for composition. Oh, there's a bug!
There's a bug in front of the camera of the drone. Uh-oh. Oh, is it a bee? Oh my god! You just flung the bug off. Oh dear.
What do you have to do today?
So today I'm working on the zine, and that includes also fixing the Rizzo printer, which currently does not have any master disposal belts, which means that it would be really annoying to print anything on the machine right now. What I'm actually doing right now is sort of looking at the the quality of printing on the drum, which seems to have a little bit of dried ink around the edges, but to offset that problem, I'm just going to be cutting, be cutting into the zine, or planning to make a smaller zine so that I can just have a nice flush to the edge print that is just trimmed off. We only have, it's not a super thick number of pages, so we'll just be using a guillotine for that, but I was just measuring how much I need to cut off, and it's just about a ½ inch of bleed on each side, and then I'll figure out how to map the square math onto this, like with how many pieces. But today is a busy day, lots of things to do that I haven't done before, including replacing those master disposal bands. But try it, yeah, just gonna try it, and hopefully nothing else will go wrong.
What's the zine for?
Oh, the zine is for, this is the Reality Crossing Pocket Edition. So this zine contains a printed version of the trigger that people can take home with them, the AR trigger that launches the app and works with the app. And you can play the game then wherever you are without having to be in the gallery space. So this is specifically thinking about people who aren't able to get to the gallery space, or if Ontario goes into lockdown again for the 4th wave of COVID and no one can get there even if they want to. Yeah, transportable art.
Rizzo printing is like a mix between photocopying and screen printing. This is our first big project using the printer. as part of our installation that we're going to be setting up at Interaccess Gallery in Toronto. We're also making an augmented reality app that we're calling Reality Crossing. And Reality Crossing is a game about trains as a technology and thinking about the way that trains and railroads and the policies that made them happen in Canada especially, how that changed the land and the people who lived on the land, and using that as a springboard to maybe think about augmented reality and think about the different ways that new technologies like augmented reality, which are also overlaid on top of the land, like a train track, might change our society in the future or might change the land in the future. So we have this is a test print of our augmented reality trigger, and then we're building something that's pretty similar to a little board game that is going to play out on top of this trigger when you look at it through your phone. To make augmented reality art, I use the video game engine Unity, while Kat designs the graphics in Adobe Illustrator. What are we doing now?
We're walking over to the print shop where we are picking up the trigger, which has been printed out at 48 by 48 inches for the gallery show. And so we're going to pick it up, then we're going to roll it up into a tube, and we'll take it with us to Toronto.
Where are we going first?
Well, first,
after the print shop.
Oh yes, before we get to Toronto, we're going to go get some coffee at Happy High, the sponsors of this video. We're going to get some coffee at Happy High and stop by our garden to pick some kale and tomatoes.
What time is it?
It is 5:43 in the morning, and we should be at the airport for 10. But I finished the layout too late last night to run the Rizzo printer, so I was concerned about our neighbor's well-being. We have a neighbor who works at the radio station in the morning, and so we are printing now that she's left for work. Here's the ZINE test that I ran. I'm just here in my pajamas, but luckily our precious Rizzo printer does not need
pajamas
or
clothes
or coffee or anything. So here we go.
It's 6:59 and
I'm feeling fine.
Kat just finished all the printing.
Oh.
Before 7 a.m.
Which is good because that means we have 3 hours between when we need to be at the airport and right now. So feeling relaxed. A little bit more relaxed than I did at 5. Woo, woo, woo.
We packed all the zines Kat had just printed into luggage and flew from Regina to Toronto. Once we arrived in Toronto, the install at Interaccess Gallery began. The first step was to put all the vinyl we cut in Regina up on the walls. Luckily, we had a lot of help from friends and family. Art is always a collaborative process. Next, we set up an image outdoors that will trigger more augmented reality. We weren't sure if it was going to work because the surface we adhered the vinyl to was so uneven. The moment of truth. Meet the condo conductor. Very relieving to see the app recognize the trigger. Okay, do you want to tell us a little bit about where we are and what you're working on?
Oh, hello. We're in Waterloo right now in my grandfather's covered porch area, which is currently more so being used as a storage room. But we're working out here because it's pretty nice today, and we are working on the condo conductor interaction of the components of the geofence show. So the interaction that works with the outdoor trigger for reality crossing.
We are almost at the day of the install of our for our piece Reality Crossing, and we're just whipping everything together. Kat's making a script for the condo conductor, and I'm making the game, the AR game that will appear on our map, and we have another day tomorrow to work on it, and then the opening happens the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're about, like 4 o'clock on Monday, so still some time today to continue working. But yeah, we're really down to the wire, so fun. And what's the day today?
Wednesday, I think.
Yep, and it's the opening of the show, and Jonathan here is just pulling off the last render that we're going to plug into the gallery in about 2.5 hours, maybe less, and we are just packing up to drive back to the gallery, eating leftovers.
After traveling back to the gallery on opening day, we had one more task to do. The App Store hadn't approved the exhibition's app yet, so we needed to load 10 iPods with the latest version of the augmented reality work. We also filmed a live-streamed tour with our friend and curator, Carrie.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. My name is Carrie Liao, and I'm the curator of Geofenced, which is the current exhibition on at Interaccess. The show just opened today and it'll be on till October 9th, so lots of time to come in and check it out in person. Just to tell you a little bit about the show, it's been in the works for almost 2 years now, and we worked on it, me and the artists, for the course of the pandemic. So we're very excited to finally be able to share it with you. And so something else you should also know is that the exhibition is twofold. The artworks are exhibited in the gallery at Interaccess and then also in the neighborhood around the Davenport neighborhood.
We're in Toronto now. We just had the opening for our reality crossing project at Interaccess, and everything is still glitchy, so we're still working on the app. We spent another few days smoothing out glitches in Toronto. At the end of our trip, we added a very special member to our team. Her name is Goldberry.